Well, guess what? It's another drop of the pink link, boo. Because your girl, Marquita Vion, is here with you. And so, hey, I'm so excited because I love coming on, dropping, tips, gems, and having those powerful, innovative, next level conversations with the K. What is with me, another guest, or however, whatever, long as we get it dropped and we get it done, because it's up and it's stuck, So, hey, this week we're discussing, mental health awareness and just supporting our children through their own mental health journeys and things like that. Being that it is May and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And so why not? I want to give 5 tips. Just from experience and just going through things with my own child, doing his his mental health awareness and things like that, his mental health journey. I have felt like that why not discuss this and help someone else. And so I also saw the young lady from Southern, and then was another young lady from my hometown. And I just want to say, sometimes we get caught up in our own, ways and the rules of society that we want these kids to stick to this and do that. And, are we listening? Are we listening to what they want to do? Are we listening to their needs? And not saying that their choices are the best choices, because my son has made some choices that I certainly do not agree with. But when I think about it, I made choices that my mom did not agree with, And so just making sure that I can do what I can for us, advocate for him to make better choices, but also listening to where he's at right now, and just continue to be prayerful about what is going on in this temporary season, because baby, we've come a long way. And so if this is where we at right now, I am grateful to be here, and I don't want to, think of him doing something, even of that extent. So sometimes you have to pick your battles, and I'm picking this one right now with him, with the decision he has made recently, and doing what I can as a parent to support as well as advocate. And I'm doing my best, long as you're doing your best. The book that is called The 4 Agreements, I love that book. And the 4 agreements was, first I want to say, was be impeccable with your word. I have it on my thing over there. Be impeccable with your word. And one was do your best. The last one was do your best. And so I stick with that, because I know one thing, I'm going to do my best. And so when I think of those other agreements, I'm going to say them or drop them in the description box below. And so the first tip would be to have that conversation. Sit down with your kid, listen, and have the conversation that needs to be had to be able to better understand where they're coming from. They want to know that you are listening. They want to know that you are there, and you're not just trying to force on them everything outside of where they are right now. So you have to be able to listen to them, even if you don't like what it is that they want to discuss, because you're not with the decision, or you're not with what it is, they're doing. But listening takes it a long way. And I've learned myself, just being able to listen to my child and see where he's at and how he's feeling and his thoughts on and why he's feeling that way, makes for a better reasoning and getting him to a next level as well, and for us building that relationship and that trust with him and me, and him trusting that, hey, I want what's best for you. I'm not doing this to just force this on you. I'm doing this because I want what's best for you. And so even though I feel like sometimes he tries to manipulate the situation, I have to still be able to actively listen to the needs, to better understand and to better seek help to assist him along his path. And so secondly is to do not wait for them to take any type of action. You start the process of what needs to be done. So, getting things in place, and just start making arrangements. And, if there's doctor's appointments or calling the school, just start doing things to get them actively involved. Like if they're just being distant in the room, start, one day my son, I would say, he was having this little thing, and he was just I was like that, but I was like, and instead of just being like that, I was like, you know what? Would you like to go skating? You know, because I'm knowing and I'm seeing these behaviors. So instead of fighting fire with fire, someone has to be the calm. Someone has to be that flow. You know, pour that water out. You know, put that water on and let it flow. And so he wasn't up for the movies, but it helped him to come around to see, hey, let me start doing better, because I see that mom just want what's better for me. You know, she's not just trying to, you know, be this raging warrior against everything I'm doing that's wrong, you know, but she is just trying to be there to help and assist me. And so I found just being more calm, even when it can be a little chaotic, you bracing yourself, you know, stepping away from the situation, saying a prayer, listen to you some music, and taking your break, you know, in the middle of that chaos if need be, to, you know, turn that situation back to that calm medium for you both, you know, because nobody needs to be out of order. Nobody needs to be upset and trying to make decisions in chaotic situations. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to get anywhere. It's just going to be escalating that matter. So that's 2. So 3 is electronics. Taking the electronics away, removing, you know, the phone from the kid, you know, room, or me, you know, just depending on the history of the kid. As I said, we've come a long way, and so just not escalating the matters, I utilize, yes, could you please suspend line 666, smart home manager, turn off the Wi-Fi. Baby, you can see both things, but you cannot utilize either. And so that keeps me from not being escalated and trying to remove the items, you know, because he's trying to keep the door locked, or, you know, or he's trying to get in the way and put up a little resistance. So to just, you know, have that flow, I've used what works best, you know, and that's just the history of the his used to be aggressive behaviors. So it works for my home. And so, hey, do what's best for you. If you feel like your kid gonna be escalated, and if you have Wi-Fi, if you have the phone lines, instead of escalating and just trying to take things, do what's gonna be work for you in your home. You know, I can't tell you how to run it. Nobody else can, you know, but you know what's gonna work best, and you don't have to physically take something for something to not work. And we see that now. Wi-Fi is a mud, because I turn the Wi-Fi, he gets up, what we need done? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm finna do this for mom. You need anything done? But it's such a breeze. It's much more better for you and him to start using alternatives that will keep it, you know, at a calm base for you and him, instead of putting up fights. You know, why put up the resistance when you can have the calmness, you know? And so, 4thly, remain hopeful. Remain hopeful of that situation turning around. Hunter, I count my blessings. You know, all the nooks and crannies are not out of my sons and I situation, but we've come a long way. You hear me? I would like to say God is good, because that's why I choose my battles. You know, though we're in this season, though we're going through these things, we've overcome some bull. You hear me? So I have to take things, you know, for what they are now, and continue to work on where I would like them to go, you know, as well, but know where we have come from. So though, you know, we still have some nooks and crannies to, you know, sort out and things like that, I'm going to continue to praise him for where he has come from, continue to congratulate, tell him how proud I am of the changes he's made, and not just dwell on some of the decisions that are being made now and put him in a low vibration. No, we're going to continue to rise higher, because God is able. And if we see how far we have come from where we were and where we are now, and though it's not perfect, because nothing is, you embrace that. You embrace that and continue to uplift your child and their mental health, you know, in this season, and continue to pour into them and feed into them, and just continue to do what you need to do and doing your best. And so lastly, I would like to say, get people involved. You know, get your family involved, get friends, you know, that you can trust, and people that you can, you know, that's going to help the situation and come up with a solution to best support that child and their mental health needs. You know, if it's with schooling and things like that, or whatever they may be going through and experiencing in life. They have peer pressure, then they have the pressure of the parents to do this and do that, and expecting them to be this way and that way, when, hey, that's a lot on a kid at their age when you think about it. So you get people involved who gonna help assist in that situation going forward, and not staying stagnant nor looking behind, or, you know, just looking at all the negative. You want someone who can continue to stir that situation in a positively manner. So get those people in place, doctors, counselors, school, and things, and advocate for your child. If you need to have 504 put in place, EIPs, whatever may be the case, homeschooling, do what you need to do to continue to best support that kid in their season and what they may be experiencing, because we don't know what all their thoughts are. And no kid is really going to tell you all their thoughts, I don't think. My kid won't. If you know how to get that, let me know. And so just best supporting that kid, and continue to come out of your own ego and know that, hey, you just got to give the surrender to God and do your best. Like I keep saying, like I have to constantly tell myself, I'm doing my best. I put this in place. I've done this. I'm doing this. And hey, son, you have to do what you have to do now. I can't do the work for you. I've done this. I've done that. It's up to you now to continue to do what you have to do. And then it's up to me to continue to set boundaries. Like, turn that Wi-Fi off if he's not doing these things. He's not getting this done. And, you know, doing that part. But, hey, you just continue to listen as well, and continue to be hopeful. I want to say, I think I've said that. What else did I want to say? Yeah, just don't get caught up with, you know, other people think and gonna say about situations, you know, pertaining to your kid. Because, you know, I had people saying, well, you need to do this, and, you know, I was if I don't do certain things, I could be put in positions that I don't want to be in on a choice as my child. So I can only do what's best to support my kid, and continue to do what's going to best support me at the same time, and make sure I continue to keep my own mental health in check and doing what's good to him for me. And so I want to say that to you, like, when you're dealing with things, you know, outside of you, you always have to continue to make sure you start with you, to best support someone else. You can't I can't deal with all his stuff plus my stuff, and I'm not tending to me first. So it does have to be me putting me first to make sure I am right here, and I'm doing what's good for my well-being and my physically, you know, spiritually, mentally, to continue to best support him during his times, you know. And so I would say that he can try to manipulate these things. I think I've said that too, and still not do what he needs to do. But long as you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing those things to support that kid, that's all we can do as parents. You can't be so hard on yourself. Allow yourself some grace to be able to go through this season with them, and not continue to escalate the matter. Because me and my son have went through things where things was escalated, and I've done that tough love thing where my son was away for about a year, and so after that he has came back and has made tremendous improvement. However, things are still a work in progress always, you know. As long as he's under my roof, you know, we're going to continue to be working through things. But he has come a long way, and I have to continue to still congratulate him for where he has come from and to where he's at, even if it's not perfect. So keep that in mind. If your child is making strides in certain areas, don't let, because certain things they may be doing isn't up to your liking or the liking of society, you have to still be able to pour into that child, still be able to encourage that child, continue to lift them, continue to, you know, get them what they need as a kid that is going through the journey of life. And we don't know all that they're processing, you know, and how they processing it. And so I wanted to share that with you all today. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you all can gain something to share with your kids or learn something to be able to better support your kid during this mental health awareness month or any month, and just, you know, dealing with the teenage cycles or the younger, because I've been through the young cycle suspensions and the middle and now the high school, and it's a journey, but you have it, you got it, you're doing your best, and hey, God gonna do the rest. So whomever your higher power is, it's gonna work out for you all. And so that kid is turning around. So as always, I want to say, go be great. And remember, the life you want, you create. And also, y'all, support goodtoandforme.com. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the video. Hey, support the Pink Link Podcast. I love y'all. Blessings on blessings.